In other news this morning, you know Lois Lerner, the woman who ran that unit in Cincinnati at the heart of the targeting of conservative scandal at the IRS.
If you ask me about Lois Lerner, I'd take the fifth.
Very funny.
Thanks.
Listen, here's the thing. Apparently, she was asked by somebody at the IRS, hey, Lois, you got to quit. You're going to have to resign. She said, I'm not going to quit. And so instead, what they have done is they have put her on administrative leave, and she's getting paid. And she's getting paid a lot, Anna.
Yeah, should we be paying this woman's salary indefinitely? Check this out. In 2009, $172,000 plus a bonus. In 2010, the same thing. And then in 2011, $177,000. Same thing in 2012. So when you put the bonuses in there, Lerner was paid a total of $741,000 almost for the 4-year period.
Let me ask you, what was the delay?
Yeah.
I mean, my goodness, she stood up and took the fifth after declaring her innocence. We know that she must, if you take the fifth, I know theoretically you're innocent, but if you have nothing to hide, you should be talking. So she takes the fifth. She makes this for the administration more embarrassing than it already is, if that's indeed possible. And then while under public pressure, and I think after the press secretary, Jay Carney, got a chance to get some questions from the very ticked off press who were wondering, I thought you said people are going to be held accountable. She's evidently asked to resign by Danny Werfel, the soon-to-be acting IRS commissioner. She says no. Can you imagine? What kind of world is this?
This is
when
crazy.
you can say no when people ask you to resign because you're doing a poor and corrupt job. And she says, no, I'll take the leave with pay. So she gets a Memorial Day where she wears a smock and cooks for her entire neighborhood while still getting paid on Tuesday.
Getting paid, Brian and Anna, she's getting paid right now $177,000
How do you
a year.
live on that?
Remember, she doesn't run the IRS. She's not even a really high-ranking officer. She's an official at the IRS in charge of that unit. But she makes $177,000. You know that is more than a U.S. senator or more than a U.S. congressman?
It must be nice.
They make $174,000. She's making $3,000 more plus bonuses. Rand Paul says she's still here. What? Listen.
I would have suspended her without pay. The other thing is we have to watch closely, because what they tend to do is they transfer people around and change their titles. With Benghazi, no one was punished for the fact that for 6 months they begged for security and it was denied by Hillary Clinton and the State Department. She says, oh, I know nothing. I'm in charge around here, but that decision wasn't made by me. It's the same with the president. I know nothing. I'm in charge of the country, but I don't know anything about that. Attorney General Holder has sort of the same opinion. I'm in charge around here, but I think I recused myself from that decision. I wasn't involved. So we have all of these people. Nobody wants to take responsibility. And when they say someone was reassigned or fired, we find out they're still in their position at the State Department.
There's one thing that's been consistent, and that is nobody ever takes responsibility for anything. It's never your fault. It's never the person's fault. The person in charge didn't know about it, and it just seems to be okay. That's what, I mean, when you have congressmen and women totally exasperated by people who are supposed to be in charge not taking any responsibility for things they know that went wrong, it's just not the way things are supposed to work.
Another office's responsibility, pointing fingers. Where is the accountability in this? And really, to Rand Paul's point, being promoted for politics, State Department official Victoria Nuland, you know, she's the one who changed the Benghazi talking points, or one of the ones who did that. She's getting nominated for Assistant Secretary of State. So where's the accountability on this one?
Well, see, I don't blame her at all. She seemed to be the mouthpiece of higher-ups who said, hey, CIA...
Well, we don't know. We don't know exactly what her... We know that she asked the White House and the CIA go back and whitewash the talking points. And there she is, back when she had that job.
Right,
we don't know exactly what her capacity was
to be
involved in the whitewashing.
But in the emails, she does indicate that higher-ups in the State Department would like this changed. It doesn't say, I, Victoria Nuland, want this changed. For example, that's when people get mad at Jay Carney. If you don't like the way he's spinning it, he's still not setting the policy.
Meanwhile, as